first guest is a good friend of mine, and we're just going to get right to it. So my first guest is none other than Scumbag 615, a.k.a. Cole. And there he is.
What's going on? First one, huh?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I'm first round draft choice in the NFL draft right now. Do I get a sign-in bonus?
Oh, we'll figure it out. Cheers.
Cheers. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, man. It's been a good minute.
Cheers for those out there.
Anyway, so, Dead Inside Podcast. Yeah, we're going to get more Dead Inside merch, I feel like, for this podcast.
I think we should.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some more beanies.
Yeah, that is true. So, anyways, I like to ask my first guest, how did we meet?
Mutual friends. Out in this neck of the woods, we're like a stone's throw from where we sit, actually. Yeah, man, it's summertime too. We sit around, drink some cold brews and stuff, play some basketball, a little music. Next thing you know, here we are. How many years has it been now?
Oh, God. I want to say 3 years now, because it was like 2019. Yeah, it was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer. So, about 3 years.
That's about right. 19. We're not doing very good math, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It was before 2020.
Yeah, before the shit show really happened.
Right.
But, alright, so yeah, that's good. We pretty much have the same recollection, so. I don't either with how the world is these days. But, no, it's great because, to be honest, oh man.
I think 2020 wasn't really that terrible.
No, it really wasn't. I mean, 2020 was probably one of the best years I ever had.
It wasn't bad. I mean, except for some of the venues
right.
that you like to do it. I don't know. He'll tell you about that later. We'll let him plug his own stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, well, yeah, 2020 was another thing. We'll talk about that later too. But 2021's kicking ass so far. I think.
2021.
Yeah, 2021 was good. 2022 is gonna be even better.
Yeah. Lots of good things, lots of awesome things on the horizon.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to be diving into that.
Absolutely.
So, I got to ask, how did you get the Scumbag 615 name? Because before you get into that, how did I even get the Mad Awesome name? Well, you can thank this guy.
That comes from those mutual friends because there was two Matts.
Yeah.
One of them was awesome, and the other one wasn't so awesome. So he got Matt Awesome, we got Matt Lane. We love him, but he just didn't win the Matt Awesome contest.
No, he sure didn't.
Boy, we had some fun with that guy.
Oh yeah, plenty of stories.
Oh.
And we're gonna be telling some stories here on this episode.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling like, So, yeah, how did the Scumbag 615?
I stole it.
Stole it.
Yeah, I did, because actually the girl that used to live in the same apartment right here, she made this shirt. She's made some stuff that he has as well. I got tons of gear, all kinds of gear from her, but she has all this Scumbag gear, and I was just like, that's me. I love it. I even had it put on the back of the jacket.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I stole it, and I was just like, that's it.
There we go, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but eventually I'm going to get another patch like the top one on the bottom that says 615. And she wasn't real thrilled about me kind of stealing that. She's not real thrilled about the Dead Inside podcast stealing that either, but hey,
I'm sure she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Yeah. We'll promote her work.
Right. Oh, we just did.
Yeah. All Hollows LLC on Instagram. Follow that.
Man, she prints shirts, anything. She can print anything, and not only that, she can sew on leather, on whatever fabric you want. Any kind of custom stuff, just hit her up. She's on. She got an Etsy page too under the same thing.
Yeah, we'll be sure to plug all that in the description.
Sure.
And I like to get her on the podcast on time.
Probably wouldn't mind. It's hard getting her to do anything these days.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty hard to get a hold of her.
She's busy.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're all busy, you know, and
I got that Sex Pistols page out of the magazine from London that I had shipped from the UK. It was the Sex Pistols signing their record deal.
Yeah.
I'm right in front of, what's that big place in London? Westminster Abbey? No, that's where the cops are, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's where the Queen lives.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what it is. Who cares, right?
We'll look it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we'll look it up.
No, we won't.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If we remember.
Bowl of oranges, anyone?
Hey man, I mean,
You gotta stay, keep your vitamin C up.
oh yeah, that's right. Especially summer's coming up. Lots of big things are gonna be popping this summer. So speaking of summer, last summer you released a song out
That is.
dedicated to Justin Townes Earle, and I don't know if any of you know who Justin Townes Earle is. He is the son of Steve Earle.
Right.
So when you released the song last summer, I recommend checking it out. I'll be sure to play a good clip of that.
Please do.
In this podcast. But and I'm in it for like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
But it's like, no matter your musical taste, it's really worth a listen. It's called Fire Inside.
Yes.
So I'll be sure to, put all that in the description and whatnot. But tell me about that process of making that video and how much it means to you, and what was your relationship like with Justin growing up?
Justin was my second cousin. His father, Steve Earle, was my first cousin. And, man, I moved to the Nashville area in 1989, and I was supposed to stay with my dad and things, that's another long story, but that didn't work out. Dad wasn't such a responsible person. Rest in peace. I love you anyway. But, so I ended up living with Steve Earle. And at that time, I was 16, Justin was 6. And so he was a lot younger than me, but I spent a lot of time with him in his early years. When he was 8 and I was 18, we went to Australia for Steve's The Hard Way album, the tour for that. We went to Australia, and everything was fine. So we flew from here to Chicago first, and Chicago to LAX in Los Angeles. And then from there, you board a plane, Qantas Airlines, to fly to Sydney, Australia, which is a 14-hour flight, and it's horrible. But anyway, so we get on the plane, and I don't know if you've ever been on a Qantas, an airliner that big, but they're massive. There's an upstairs with a bar in it. That's how big the airplane is. I mean, it's huge. Back then, of course not now, but in 1990, there was a smoking section in the back of the airplane. You can imagine that. But so the left side of the airplane was 4 seats in each row. In the middle of the airplane, there's like 7 or 8 seats of people, and then 4 again on the other side. Me and Justin were on the very end of the left side of the plane, so I was on the outside, and he was in, here. Here's the aisle, and right directly across from me, I'm not even kidding, is the Swedish women's tennis team, like national. Come on, man, y'all know what tennis players look like. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's like 14 of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life. All of them, whitest blonde hair you ever seen, typical Swedish looking, And I was just like, this is awesome. They're going to the same city, you know what I mean? And so I'm eyeballing them. I'm young, I didn't look nearly as gross as I do now, but I'm checking these girls out. They're all giggling, because they're young too. And Justin Townes Earle, we just called him JT. That's in the song. Yeah, but he would not stop fucking with me. Just nonstop, just causing shit. I would listen to my Walkman and he'd hit the stop button, or turn the volume all the way down, or turn the volume all the way up, or hit rewind, or just kept on fucking with me. And I eventually just popped him in his forehead. I was just like, pow! And I was exasperated. After I popped him in his forehead, he's all like, hey! I happened to turn and look towards every one of those Swedish girls was looking at me like I was fucking Satan. Like, I was like, and then I thought the cock blocking stopped there. The whole time I was in Australia, I could not get a piece of ass because this boy was fucking everything up nonstop. It just sucked, but that's one of my favorite stories. Actually, Ty Hager and Scotty Melton, who played music with Justin later on in life, he was a musician, did lots of work with Justin, and they are gotten together to write a book about their experiences with Justin. There's no title as of yet, but I got in touch. Scotty Melton and myself, he contacted me, and he hooked me up with Ty Hager's number, and Ty called me up, and I did an hour-long phone interview about my experiences with Justin, and you know, because I didn't get a lot of time with him, you know, in his life, but and some of those that story that I just told you will actually be in the book. So he said that was definitely going in. It's too funny, but yeah, that's cool. But yeah, it's August 20th, 2020. He passed of an accidental drug overdose. Man, got a hold of some cocaine with some fentanyl. He was already struggling with lots of mental illness. You know, there's always somebody out there you can talk to, guys. You know what I mean? And I feel, you know, and it really hurt me because he was literally 25 minutes from where we sit, and all I had to do was give me a call. You know, and it's just once he got older, we just didn't have that relationship anymore because he was touring the world and you know, doing his thing, and he was never in Nashville. He owned a home in Oregon. You know, that's where his ex-wife, widowed wife, right now lives with their daughter, Etta St. James Earle. With a name like that, you can't go wrong. That girl's she's gonna be made. She's gonna have a mate. But yeah, and then we lost him. It was real sudden and out of nowhere. I actually found out on Facebook. Like I was scrolling through my Facebook page, and one of my friends had posted it or something like that, or it was just really weird. I was like, what? I had to call Stacy, his aunt. You know, she's like my mom, but I had to call her and verify. I was just like, there's no way this is true. She was like, yeah, it was. It was terrible. My wife, I made her get the tattoo gun out and put his initials on my leg immediately. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But yeah, I did a song. It was crazy because I haven't even really recorded any music since 1991, I guess. So I didn't realize how different the process is compared to back then. You know, I literally, when we recorded our 4-song demo in '91, it was all reel to reel, like tape. Right. You know, and now you got these, you know, just computer screens and like, wow, you're looking at a heartbeat and all this madness. And I was like, this is different. And plus, I'm not really a trained drummer, or you know, I dabble in guitar and stuff like that, but I just don't I'm just not a real drummer. But I did the drum track on it anyway, and it was funny because I got that take on the second try, but I had to do my guitar takes 12 times each because of the timing. You know, I'm not used to listening to a click in my ear, which is the worst. It's just the worst. I can't stand it. I'd rather it just come out raw, but apparently things have to stay in time when you play music. Did not know that. I'm just kidding, I did, but it's harder than it looks. But yeah, it took me a lot longer to finish than I thought. I thought I was going to walk in there and 6 hours later have a song that I could just share with everybody. Like, check this out, look what I did. But no, it actually took a month. Actually about a month and a half. But it got done, and then and then I shot the video, which is, go see it, you can, it's fine, but I think I was like an idiot. But everybody says you're your own worst critic. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to listen. I hate listening to my own voice sometimes when I sing, but then my wife's like, no, it was good. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. But maybe she does. I don't know. Some people like it. It's kind of like, Eddie Vedder. You like him or you don't?
Well, I'll tell you what, I loved it, not because I was in the music video, but even if I, wasn't into that kind of music, it's really worth a listen.
It's cool, it's heartfelt, and looking back, I'd do a million things different, but it was a vessel it was an avenue for me to say goodbye. Just throw it out there, every word in it's true. It's just a simple story, and it did its job. So if more people see it, that's fine. When I released the video, I didn't give a shit if me and my 100 and whatever friends saw it. But it got more views than that. It didn't have 1 million, but I don't care. It got the job done. People from Sweden, all over the UK, France, have heard it. So even though I'm not a paid musician, I didn't get paid for any of that. I actually spent money on all that. It's international. People around the world, people in Australia have heard it. So it's cool. And all of them loved it. So it's fine with me. It got the job done. Got my release, my closure for myself. Say goodbye, to my family member. It's all right. It's not my genre. Don't get twisted. Because all the stuff that's coming out next is nothing like that at all. But, yeah. What's that?
Yeah, so what else you got coming up next? Another song, or?
Well, I had Another Woman's Blues, which is another true story, about the night I told my fiance about the woman I'm married to now. It's a good one though, but it's dirty blues. It's got a lot of distorted guitar, some crunch, just simple blues leads and just a good drive and cool, repeating lyrics like blues songs always do. But I was in the middle of doing that, and then got a curveball thrown in my lap about 3 weeks ago. That's going to be real cool. Yeah, that's going to be all right.
3 weeks from now?
No, 3 weeks ago, when the curveball got thrown in my lap. Yes.
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Oh, yeah, the blues song's called Another Woman's Blues.
Another Woman's Blues.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it when it comes out.
It'll be there. I don't know if I'm going to do a video for that one or not. I kind of wanted to because that guitar that Scott gave me, I wanted to smash it in the video. We'll have the chick smash it in the video. Like me leaving all like cool and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And she's mad from leaving, so she smashes the guitar. Right? Why not, right?
That would sell.
Yeah!
So,
anytime you break something.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So is there any other, things happening as well?
Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to get right into that. Sure. Yeah, the curveball I was talking about. A buddy of mine did actually, he helped a lot with the Fire Inside video. A lot of the contacts actually, every contact in that was incorporated into that song. Garrett did the legwork to get it done. And in turn, he did a short film, I want to say it was in 2020. Yeah, it was. For 54 Film Fest. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that. You have 54 hours from conception to completion in a random category, and no one can get paid. Everyone has to volunteer their time for the short film. No one can get paid, or you're disqualified. But it's really cool. It's a little competition they do every year, and they have a whole list of categories. The thing is your script is written, but you don't know what category you have to film in the style of horror or comedy or musical or whatever. So you don't know what you're going to get, but you have to make your script match that genre. So it's kind of fun, but it's very trying. It was luckily all I had to do was supply the music. So all I did was play a little guitar, a couple of guitar riffs, and a few bass riffs, and they used it in the film. So I did that for him for free. And so now this is different. He's written a short film that he's wanting to try to get into some bigger festivals that aren't competitions. It's just a festival. And the premise of it's great. It's the name of the film is going to be called No One Sings Like You Anymore, which is a Chris Cornell lyric, and it fits because of the plot, which is still fiction, but it's based upon, and the lead actress will be a female, and she's lived in the shadow of her father, who was a famous grunge star in the 90s, and he had committed suicide. And it's basically the story of, I can't give it all away, but eventually she commits suicide, and she meets her father in purgatory. So then, I'll let your mind wander from there. But I'm writing the song that accompanies this movie, and it will be played at the very end of the movie by said female rock star. But the name of the song is Gravestone. It is done being written, but it is not recorded yet. So that's something I've got about 2 months to take care of that, but better to be early and get it over with, you know what I mean? That way I have a finished product that I can hand Garrett. Garrett Trzynski is his name. Go look him up. He's brilliant. He's great ideas, and everything so far he's ever thrown at me has happened. That's why I'm like, I got to get on the ball on this song, because it's not like he just says, oh, hey, guess what I'm going to try to do this summer. He says he's doing it, he's doing it. So, and that's what I love about him. You can't, if he says, hey, I want, and it made me feel good because he said, I couldn't think of anyone else to write this song but you. Yeah. And I said, that's a fucking compliment right there. So, cheers to you, Garrett. He actually already told me to send him the link to this whenever it comes out. He was all like, what podcast? What do I look it up at? How do I watch it? I was like, let's chill out. First one. But yeah, he's a great dude.
Oh yeah, so be sure to check out that film when it comes out. And again, what's the title of it again?
The title is No One Sings Like You Anymore.
No One Sings Like You Anymore. Yeah. It'll be coming out soon, maybe a minute, but...
The song is called Gravestone.
Yeah, Gravestone.
Yeah.
So be sure to check it out, and that is a Chris Cornell lyric, as you said, that...
Yeah, the title is.
And so, I know one of your musical influences is Cornell.
Love him, man.
Oh, man, who doesn't?
Broke my heart when he passed. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
But,
in Chester right after him. On his birthday.
Yeah.
On Cornell's birthday. Shame. Don't do it, folks. Always somebody to talk to. I would give you my number. Well, I'm going to give you my number later on, but don't call me for suicide hotline. I'm not real good at that.
no.
I'll be like, just crack a beer, you'll be fine. Come on.
I know that's right.
Got a drum over here for you to play with. Makes more noise if it's off the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That's not ours. We probably shouldn't touch it.
Oh, well, we did anyway.
Yeah.
So, besides Chris Cornell, what were some of your other musical influences growing up?
Man. Just, there's millions and hundreds at least. Growing up, my dad was a blues guy, but he listened to the phone book. I mean, it didn't matter if it was, because he loved Motown, but he also loved Jimi Hendrix, you know, so he liked the harder guitar, and he liked horns and that, but he was, I wouldn't say like me, where he can, because I'm not like him. Dad could play any instrument he put his hands on, but he could play every instrument he put his hands on really well, no matter what it was. From piano was ridiculous. The next song, the song I'm doing now actually has a little piano in it that I play, but I'm just winging it, you know what I mean? I'm just making you think I know how to play piano. I don't know how to play piano. I just know those 3 notes. But anyway, my dad wasn't like that. He could pick up a pair of drumsticks and we'll go to town, and you'd think he'd been playing his whole life. But yeah, well, Dad, huge, you know, musical influence. But I grew up listening to his stuff, and it was a lot of like, Aerosmith when they very first came out. Because I grew up in the 70s, you know, and 80s. So it was Styx, Journey, Aerosmith, Eagles, Beatles, greatest band ever, you know.
My dad was the singer of that. I'm kidding.
Paul McCartney is technically the singer. Yeah. John just sings some of them.
Right.
But other than that, then I guess I got something, I can't remember exactly when the flip switched. When the switch flipped. That book. But it was before Metallica, but just all of a sudden, all these metal bands started coming out. You know, in the mid 80s, late 80s, and then 90s. Here comes grunge. You know, so it was just like no turning back. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love my Motown. I still love my Beatles. I still love all the stuff that I grew up listening to. But there ain't nothing like some heavy guitar with some blistering, just hell-raising drums, you know, with some double kick in it. There's just nothing like it. So that's my stuff, man. That's what I really love. It's funny because I don't have like a metal song written. You would think I do.
Right.
You know, you'd think I'd have lots of them, but I just really don't. I got a rap metal song I want to do. Kind of like I got the lyrics for it. I don't know how the music would go at all, but in my head it sounds like a Linkin Park type of thing where it's still got a melody, but then there's a part where it just raps it up real good. You know, maybe Yellow Wolf will do it for me.
Who knows?
That'd be cool. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I even like classical. The only thing I really don't like is new country, mumble rap, and that's pretty much it.
I agree with that.
I mean, I love Eminem.
Oh, who doesn't?
Right.
Shady.
Well, I need that money in my pocket.
Oh man, I need some of that money too.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so me and him, we pretty much share like the same musical tastes. I mean, sometimes I wish, man, I shouldn't have born like 10, 15 years earlier. Because I could have, I mean, you've seen bands that I wish I got to see live. Like Alice in Chains when Lane Staley was still alive.
Yeah.
That is like.
And in the same show, I saw Rage Against the Machine was their first album.
And this is before they even hit big.
No, it was Rage Against, I didn't even know who they were.
Right.
Like, and they were the first band at Lollapalooza
Mm-hmm.
at Starwood Amphitheater when it was still open. These guys come out there, and Zach De La Roca comes out, and all he said was, "We're Rage Against the Machine. We're from L.A." And then, boom, lit up a 30-minute set of, what the fuck, who are these guys? You know what I mean? I was like, who is that? And then I swear to God, I went and bought their cassette tape the next day.
Mm-hmm.
The next day after that show, I was like, I gotta have that. That's amazing. That was a great show. It was, damn. Rage Against the Machine, Primus, Fishbone, Alice in Chains, and Crazy, because this kind of goes into me and him, a great show we got to go see.
Yeah.
We went to that concert, that Lollapalooza was in 90 or 91, in a group of about 12 of us, right? So we all had a patch on the grass. Everybody that sees this probably won't know what Starwood Amphitheater was, but it was the place to see a concert in Nashville for a lot of years. And so we would get in groups of 4, and we would all take turns going to make beer runs, because no one wanted to leave the show. You know, you're watching the concert. Everybody didn't want to leave at the same time. Like, all right, y'all go. It's y'all's turn to go get beer. So me and, oh God, I think it was Matt Calloway. I can't remember who the hell else was with us. It was our turn to go get beer. We go to get the beer. We get the beer. So you got those little things, hold your cups. There's 12 of us, so each of us got 3 or 4 beers or whatever we can carry. And my buddy stops and he's like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Listen." He's like, "There's no fucking way. Tool was playing on a side stage." I think it was it was either Opiate or, not Opiate. That's the first one, right? No, Opiate's later, I think. Whatever their first album is, one that has, damn, I love that fucking song. Anyway, neither here nor there. It's Tool. I was like, no kidding. And they're like, so we went over there, and sure enough, it was fucking Tool playing on the side stage. My buddy's like, "You think we should go get the rest of the guys?" And my other buddy's like, "Fuck that. What if this is their last song? Like, we don't know how long they've been playing."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if we leave and bring them back, they might be done with their set. We're going to be pissed off that we didn't even at least get to see a couple of songs.
Yeah.
You know? But luckily, they were in the middle of their set, and we got to watch them for like 30 minutes. And then when we went back and gave them all their beers and stuff, they were furious. "What do you mean? You didn't come get us in Tool on the side stage." We're like, "Hey, man, it wasn't your turn to get beer. You didn't get to see Tool. Sorry." But yeah, that was a great concert. But then, like I was saying, me and this guy right here got to go check them out last time they were here in Nashville. What was that? That was 2020, right?
Yep. January 2020, like a month before everything got shut down.
Thank God.
That was for you. That's like up there of like the best concert.
I've seen over 300, and I can't.
Like that's definitely like the top 5.
I can't see.
10.
It's top 5 for sure. But I've been thinking about that since that concert, and I can't think of a band that I've seen that was better than that live. And it's not like it's a whole, like, theatrical thing. It's just fucking boom. You know what I mean? The musicianship is top notch. Danny Carey is still as old as he is and goofy looking as that son of a bitch is. That's one of the best drummers I've ever seen in my life, if not the best. And I've seen Dave Lombardo from Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, to me, if there wasn't anything better than that, or Neil Peart from Rush. You know, but Danny Carey's unreal.
Don't forget Author and Punisher.
Author and Punisher. If you've never heard of that guy, this one dude, he makes a lot of noise, and it's good, it's cool. I can't understand anything he's singing about, because he actually was singing. Who knows what he's saying? But you won't care. If you don't have the opportunity to see him live, put some good headphones on or some good earbuds. He's got a lot of bass, and watch what he does with your life. He can take you to places.
Oh yeah, everyone was so mesmerized.
It was amazing.
And then I hear this guy, did you fucking hear that shit?
I can't help it, I was on LSD.
Hey, I mean, makes for a great night.
It was a cool night. Man, as soon as we get there, wait, was that show, right? Yeah. As soon as we get there, me and Matt, he doesn't smoke cigarettes, but I smoke like a fucking chimney. I wish I could smoke one now. We go up on the roof, because I gotta smoke. That's where all the cool people are anyway. We walk up, and there's these dudes up there. This guy just like, hey man, y'all want to smoke? He just lights up this big ass fucking blunt. Just right up on the roof. No one cares. It's cool.
And then like after all their Punisher like got done, because right beside you there was this training.
I don't know the pronouns for all.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that a pronoun?
Yeah, it's a pronoun.
Sure.
So it was
Want to add an adjective to it?
it was sitting right beside Cole, and then intermission happened, and then when we got back, Cole was about to start his dad like had to switch places with him.
Yeah, it wasn't happy. I just engaged conversation like normal. Like, what was I supposed to do? Go act weird? Oh, I talked to it. It was weird looking too, man. I'm talking about, remind me of this video I saw that came off of Marilyn Manson's tour bus like 20 years ago. It was a weird chick in a parasol. Oh, fuck. But yeah, I'm really glad Dad was way easier to talk to.
Oh, for sure.
That was a good show.
And this part won't be canceled, by the way. Like a lot of things, like Marilyn Manson's getting canceled.
Why?
You've heard of all the allegations against him, of all these women, just like 20 years coming out, oh, he did this.
No.
It's been like going on for like months, but
man,
apparently there's like a warrant for his arrest, last I heard. But
I think I did hear something out there.
Yeah.
There's no, look, if you're hanging around Marilyn Manson and you don't expect something weird to happen, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What do you think, he comes out of the, take a shower after the concert, just puts on a suit and a tie? No, he's a fucking weirdo. That was one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Antichrist Superstar, 1997.
Year I was born.
I was at Marilyn Manson when he was born.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same day, though.
Probably not.
Unless you were born on December 27th, because that's when it was, 2 days after Christmas.
Nope.
Oh, good.
April 1st.
Oh, that's right, you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
That's right, what are we doing?
I honestly don't have a clue. Maybe a house party or be out in Nashville. It's going to be one of those two options, I know that.
What are you turning?
I'll be 25. Feeling a little like 25 right now.
September. I turned 50. I'm his dad.
Yeah.
Can't you see?
Yeah, he had a full set of hair back in the day.
I did. Oh, God. So what have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to lately? Well, I guess this gives me a good chance to talk about myself.
Now I'm running the show.
Since it's first episode, so I am a spoken word artist around Nashville area. Good thing that's empty.
Yes.
But, so I'm a spoken word artist around Nashville. I run a open mic at Twin Kegs 2 every Saturday from 6 to 7 o'clock, located at 327 Hermitage Avenue. So I allow people to tell stories or tell poems or a little bit of comedy. So I run that. I do other, like, open mics. I don't host them, but, you know, around Nashville I'll be performing at, like, various places, like Everything Bar and Lounge. Tonight I'll be at Americano Lounge, which is like a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Monday, so there's this one organization, 10 by 9 Nashville, that's finally coming back for doing live events.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they used to have it at Douglas Corner Cafe, but unfortunately that place shut down.
That's an iconic place in Nashville.
So many.
Terrible shame.
Yeah, Bon Jovi's played there. I think Justin may have played there.
Probably so. I know my
point.
cousin Stacy did. Steve Earle did too.
Yeah. But yeah, lots of people got to perform there, and I got to tell a story up there, so. But they're coming back, and they're going to be running it at Jackalope Brewing Company, which happens to be literally right across from Americano, so.
Right.
You know, that's going to be pretty cool. I'll be performing. I'll be one of the 9 people performing, so. But yeah, I've just been.
What's the date on that one?
The date?
On the Jackalope.
Yeah, this Monday, the 21st, from 7 to 10. Yeah, on Monday night. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably gonna go off script and tell them, because they like to keep it kind of family friendly a little bit. And my story's not that bad. It's just a joke I have, and it's kind of dirty. They kind of don't want me to tell it, but I may tell it anyway. Because why the fuck not?
Right.
I mean, shit. People be drinking beer in there anyway. Like,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's 2022.
Exactly.
They can't take a joke by now.
Right. But yeah, so I've been pretty much busy doing all that and finally getting this podcast, you know, recorded, up and running. Hopefully, I'm a part of this group called the Prodigal Poets.
Yeah.
So.
How many members you got?
Oh God, I can't even count. There's like a lot, but like the main core is like, the original is like 8, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, like 8 or 10.
Nice.
So, and I plan on getting some books out this year. Poetry books. I think that'd be great.
That'd be cool.
So, other than that, you know, just been busy, you know, being a Nashville local legend.
Right.
Some people say. I mean, everywhere I go, it's like people know who I am. Like, literally, like the other week, there was at this bar that I hang out at regularly, Lucky's.
Oh, yeah.
And there was this guy that was there one night, and I don't even remember this guy, but he used to go to Jolly Ollie's. And I stopped going there like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, dude, I remember you from Jolly Ollie's." I was like, that is like a long-ass fucking time, and you remember me. Like, and I don't even remember you, but okay. So,
that happens to me all the time.
But, no, it's cool, though.
High
Like,
school people.
right. Like, it's cool when, you know, you're doing something right when people, like, recognize you.
Absolutely.
Especially around Nashville, so. Nashville's kind of become, like, home at this point.
Right.
For me, so.
You might as well move down here.
Yeah, if, rent and shit goes down.
Good luck with that.
Yep. Especially with gas going up.
Yeah.
Started on that. But that's pretty much been up with me. Just doing my thing, keeping busy, trying to get a lot of shit together. Yeah. Living the rock star life. Especially that DUI I got a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do it. I've never had one.
I know. But I will say, cops may not know it, but I really do know my limits. Now, if I'm under the limit, then I really do. But
I bet you are.
right.
It was that long.
Exactly. So,
Yeah. No,
but we ain't gonna get into all that.
yeah.
We're having an awesome time. It's been an awesome time, having you on this podcast today. And
Hell yeah.
is there any other
#1 draft pick? You got any? What? You got any? We're gonna do one. You gonna do one on Brian?
harmonica, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I plan on getting him up there.
That'd be a good podcast for you.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be like a
tutorial on how to play harmonica.
Yeah, that may be a.
You know you want to learn.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a.
He can play, but man, he loves talking about it.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be like. I better have my other. I better have another battery SD card to do that podcast.
Right.
But yeah, I plan on having him on at some point. I haven't seen him in a minute. Hope he's doing good. I think he is. Yeah, his birthday not long ago, so.
I might hit him up.
Yeah, probably hit him up this week. See what he's up to.
Good guy.
But yeah, I'm gonna have lots of people on.
Sweet.
And they're gonna be on it again at some point down the line.
Never know, I might make a cameo here and there.
That is true.
I just pop in. What's up, Matt?
Yeah.
What's going on? You doing the show without me? All right.
But yeah, so is there anything else you want to plug? You want to plug any social media where people can follow you or your songs? Or?
You can hit me on Facebook at Cole, C-O-L-E, Eloc, E-L-O-C, which is just Cole backwards. So it's Cole and then E-L-O-C backwards. They just meet in the fucking middle like that. You can email me at robertfainband@gmail.com. You can also hit me up at Scumbag Productions at 615-762-6663. You got it right. Those 3 6s are in there for a reason. Yeah, check it out. Be on the lookout. We got that short film coming out. Should be finished and out by the holiday season is what we're looking at. But there's always something. So, but it's got to be by the first of the year. I mean, we're dead set on getting everything done, all the filming done, the editing, all the the music put into the film and all that. By the holiday season, if not by the first of the year. That is, No One Sings Like You Anymore is the title. Gravestone is the song. Yours truly. And that's about it. Hell yeah, it's been awesome, man.
Hell yeah, so.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, anytime, and like I said, you can follow him on Facebook at Cole, Eloc, E-L-O-C, and then, I'll plug your email and stuff. If you wanna, there may be someone that may want you to do a song for them.
Never know.
Right. And then that film that will be out later on this year.
Yeah,
and then more music on the way.
Yep.
But in the meantime, you can check out Fire Inside. That's on YouTube. I'll be sure to.
That's under just Cole Fain. Yeah. A-I-N, last name. Go check it out. It's cool.
Yeah. So this is going to conclude Dead Inside Podcast, Episode 1 with Scumbag 615.
Drum roll, please.